introducing this evening's host. It's not every day that a parent gets to introduce his son in an event like this. Actually, it's fantastic. My stepson. But our relationship from the very beginning has been one of trust, respect, and friendship. Over the years, I've gotten to know Scott very well. His respect for people, his humanity, and his concern for his fellow human beings. His public record will attest to that. He was born in New York City, raised in Washington Heights, a product of the New York City system, and he knows the city very well. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the father of my grandson, Maxwell, the Manhattan Borough President, Honorable Scott Stringer. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I am so glad that all of you are here and many more people are coming in. Can we give a round of applause? I am so blessed. But I really have an amazing stepfather, Carlos Cuevas. Give him a big round of applause. Because of Carlos and Lilian Rodriguez Lopez, CUNY, Great Futuros, East Harlem Business Capital Corporation, El Museo del Barrio, Hispanic Federation, Hispanic Society of America, La Union, Losada Inc., Mano a Mano, New Futuro, New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the New York Immigration Coalition, I got more, New York State Federation of Hispanic Chambers of Commerce, Teach for America's Alumni of Color, and the Violence Intervention Project. Give them a big round of applause. Buenas noches y bienvenidos. Bienvenidos. And the incredible contributions this community makes to our city. Latinos and Latinas have helped New York make one of the world's great cities, the kind of place that everyone around the world wants to live. This is New York, and it's a city like none other. It would be hard to imagine New York without the hard work, imagination, and vision of the Latino community. Latinos are our city's government and business leaders, the backbone of our economy, and think about this. There are close to 150,000 Hispanic-owned firms in New York City with total sales of $12 billion. $12 billion. In both an assemblyman and now is borough president of the Bronx. He's a champion for working families. While in the assembly, he promoted sensible green economic development and job creation. He sponsored and secured passage of innovation laws to address sky-high asthma rates in the South Bronx and health care insurance fraud. Now, as borough president, he has battled on all fronts, from environmental racism to his advocacy for justice in the Amadou Diallo case way back when we worked together. He is recognized as one of New York City's next generation of progressive leaders, and I will tell you why he's being honored today. Because he has set the bar for public service. Because he thinks about issues like development, he thinks about long-term strategy, not just for his borough, but how we all interact. He's also somebody that's proving a very important point about the future of New York City. Ruben is what I call crossover. He can walk into any room, he can talk to any people, and he can bring folks together. And in a city where there's 170 different languages spoken from 200 countries, we must promote the next generation of political leaders who can get out of the box and get into everybody's community. And that's why I'm honoring him tonight. Now, when he makes a speech, he calls the Bronx God's country. He will tell you that. And every time he says that, I go, God, what do I say about Manhattan, right?
Manhattan's posh.
Yeah, but that's not what we want to say, Tess. That's not messy. But he does represent my parents as Bronx residents and borough president, and they always vote for him, never for me. But having said that, I now want to present him with the ultimate award that he's longed to achieve. And Ruben, and I hope you're ready for this, because Governor Kerr, he would give you this award, but only I can give you this award. And tonight, I hereby, the powers vested in me as Manhattan Borough President, I hereby declare Ruben Diaz Jr. Appreciation Day in the Borough of Manhattan.
I just want to say, Scott, if the Bronx is God's country, your parents living there, that makes them angels. Let's give it up for Scott's parents, please. Come on, guys, let's give it up for Scott's parents. You know, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? What a beautiful crowd, what a wonderful event. I accept this proclamation on behalf of all Latinos of New York City from a man who has proven to be a dynamic citizen of New York City, a man who's a dedicated husband, a man who's truly a family guy, a new dad, a dedicated public servant. Ladies and gentlemen, we are lucky to have someone who's been inclusive of all New Yorkers in Scott Stringer, and for that, I want to thank you. Let's give Scott a strong round of applause. We know 1968, we celebrate the independence of many Latino countries, and we take a pause as a nation to recognize the contributions of Latinos and Hispanics all throughout the United States. You know, the fact of the matter is that we continue to make contributions in sports. I don't have to tell you the many Latinos that are in sports. In entertainment, I don't have to tell you all of the names there.
J-Lo.
J-Lo being one of them. The Bonita Bronx.
From the Bronx? I know me some J-Lo.
In fashion, like Oscar de la Renta. In science, like Doctora Olga Sanabria, who's the highest, one of the highest ranking. I'm involved in Bronx politics. I accept this award for all of those who have opened the doors for me. During this political season, the national debate, the presidential cycle, and Scott said we need to go out and support the president. The fact is that there are over 50 million Latinos in the United States. In states like Florida, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, many of the swing states, the Latino community, the Hispanic community will decide the next president of the United States. For those of you who are here today who are Hispanic, Latinos, however you want to categorize yourself, if you're getting involved in politics, understand those who have paved the way for you. You should know the history of this young man, Charlie Cuevas, the first Latino to be city clerk in the city of New York, deputy borough president of Manhattan, of the Bronx, I'm sorry, and of the Bronx. You should know names like Antonetti, Antonia Pantoja.
Yes.
You should know names like Shirley Reminesky. You should know names like Ramon Ezevedo, Herman Badillo, Luis Nine. Those are the folks, Fernando Ferrer. Those are the reasons, those are the folks that have enabled this young man, who many of you know as Rubencito, to be able to represent the Bronx as the 13th and youngest borough president in the history of Yes, God, God's country. Those are the people, that's the reason why I owe it to them when we're speaking of economic development, to make sure that we develop in the borough, but we do it in a way where everyone can benefit from the development. They're the reasons why when we're taking decisions on education and fighting for our dreamers, they're the reasons why we do it. because they made it possible for us to achieve the American dream. In the city of New York, ladies and gentlemen, there's no secret that we make up a big block of the votes. And so this year, nationwide, Latinos are going to make or break this presidential election. But next year, we are going to decide who's going to be in City Hall. Right, ladies and gentlemen? And the way that I see it, we don't have too bad of candidates that are around us, right? We have great individuals who have opened the doors and have embraced the Latino community. Over 25% of us, over 25% of the vote will be the Latino vote next year. Damas y caballeros, recuérdense en aquellas personas que abrieron la puerta por nosotros. El sudor, el labor. La realidad es que cuando uno habla de latino, venimos de muchos diferentes países. Pero en la ciudad de Nueva York nadie puede negar las contribuciones que colectivamente nosotros hemos hecho. Sea dominicanos, mexicanos, peruanos, puertorriqueños y muchos otros. Chilenos, hondureños, puedo seguir por ahí, ecuatorianos, pero colombianos, seguimos por ahí. La realidad es que nosotros le debemos una deuda a aquellas personas que abrieron la puerta por nosotros. La batalla no se ha terminado. A veces nuestras diferencias son pocas, y pueden ser muchas, pero colectivamente nosotros podemos determinar el futuro de esta ciudad, de este estado y de la nación. La pregunta es, con la mayoría, ¿qué ustedes van a hacer? ¿Qué vamos a hacer juntos? La responsabilidad que nosotros tenemos es una seria. Yo tomo esa responsabilidad seriamente. Yo quiero trabajar con todos ustedes, no solamente los latinos, sino los anglosajones, los afroamericanos y también los judíos y los otros que quieren trabajar como nosotros, como Scott Stringer. Vamos a darle un fuerte aplauso a este hombre que ha sido tan servidor. Damas y caballeros, el momento ha llegado. Lamentablemente nunca hemos visto una persona que ha llegado al escaño o al nivel de ser oficial electo de la ciudad de Nueva York. We have not seen someone reach to the point where we are seeing a citywide elected official or a statewide elected official. The time has come. The time has come. It all depends how much you want to get into it. Scott, I appreciate you. I love you. I respect you. You've been here not just for Manhattan. You've been here not just for...
Never disappoint. You know, we have an agreement that we can go into our boroughs anytime we want. Ruben, you can stay all night. We want you in the land, okay? All right, our next honoree is somebody who is a very highly respected leader in New York City's legal community and a pillar of the Dominican community. She is the president of the Dominican Bar Association, one of our city's leading legal organizations. Her parents came to the U.S. from the Dominican Republic in 1970. She's a proud...
It's a pleasure to be here with Scott Stringer, being honored. It's just a wonderful time. We're celebrating and posing what it means to be Latino, and we appreciate Scott for everything that he does, not just for Manhattan, but for all of New York City, including the Latino community. Quiero felicitar a todos los homenajeados, le quiero dar las gracias a Stringer por todo lo que ha hecho por la ciudad de Nueva York, no solamente para Manhattan, sino a todos los latinos y a todos los condados. Que Dios los cuide y que viva Scott Stringer y que viva a los latinos en los Estados Unidos.
Is all about. Please welcome Bianca Perez.
Okay, looking over here, please. Over here, please.
Legal community, this great honor today. I have been a board member since I became an attorney in 2001. The Dominican Bar Association has been around since 1993.
I have to tell you, I'm a little choked up because I just didn't know that I was going to have to, speak. And I just have to tell you that it's not only the school that we're so proud of, but we're proud of the fact that the CUNY system has allowed us to bring in young women who cannot afford the money to stay, in college. We've done an awful lot, and I thank CUNY. I was hoping that Jay would be here, Jay Hutchinson, who's been so wonderful to us from CUNY. So I'm just so broken because my heart's broken because I was hoping that that Jay would be here and that the chancellor of CUNY be here. I'm going to leave it there because just...
Bravo.
I live in Brooklyn, and it's Scottstring's party for the honored Latinos. It's very nice, and I'm having a great time, and I'm very excited about this new TV show. So I'm going to look forward to seeing it. When do you come on? It's a cable? What's the station? Okay, all right. Time Warner. Okay, all right then. And so I hope to see you soon again. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. All right.